There we go. Okay, so welcome to the NazVotes listening party. My name is Jasmine Ivy Robinson. I am the coordinator in the Center for Life's Work, and I also am one of the individuals that oversee the NazVotes program.
And hey, I'm Adam Lewandowski. I'm the Associate Director for the Center for Civic Engagement. I'm very excited to host this NazVotes listening party today. Welcome.
So today we're going to talk about how to vote in the New York State primary. So we're just going to go over a couple of the general rules. For this session, all the mics will be turned on throughout this party. So to allow you guys to ask any questions if you have any, talk about any concerns you might have, or just feel free to also add questions in the chat option if you're uncomfortable with just speaking out. But it's okay, we're in a space where if you have a question, just stop us and we'll be able to talk through your question. So one of the first things we want to do is talk to you guys about how to remain safe while voting. We want to ensure that you guys are still going out and voting and making sure that your voice is heard. But during this time of COVID-19, we also understand the importance of your safety in terms of the social distancing and how to make sure that you are still remaining safe while being able to exercise your right to vote. So there's some tips that I'm going to provide. So the first one is make sure you have a plan for election day. So making sure you know where your polling site is. If you're unsure, you can go to either the Monroe County Board of Elections. If you are out of state, you can go to your county or your state Board of Elections site to also get specific information regarding your specific state. But you can also use vote411.org. And that way you can put in your information and it'll automatically pull up your polling site and all of your voter information on that. The next one is you want to make sure you're voting at non-peak hours. We all know that election days sometimes can be really crowded. Sometimes you're going to have to just wait. So making sure that you're finding that time to go during the non-peak hours, that way your interaction with other individuals in the community are limited and you're maintaining that social distancing. So some good times are the middle of the morning or the afternoon. Also, you want to make sure you shorten your time at the polls. So making sure you are conducting your research well in advance so that you're not sure, so that when you arrive, you don't have any questions, you know where you need to be to get your ballot, to be able to know who's on the ballot, who you are interested in voting for, and that way you can go ahead, once you receive your ballot, quickly fill it out and cast your ballot, and then you're good to go. So you just want to make sure you are doing your research in advance, so to help eliminate the amount of time you're there. You want to make sure you're taking extra precaution. The polling stations are equipped with hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes, but you should also make sure you bring your own. You can wear plastic gloves or also cover your hands. Just also remember the importance of cross-contamination. You probably have seen some videos, information about what to do when wearing your plastic gloves. So if you have any questions regarding that, there are a lot of resources out there that helps you eliminate cross-contamination. Also, you want to make sure you have your own hand sanitizer. Bring your own pen to fill out your ballot. They provide pen for you, but just a way to stay safe, bring your own pen. It'll work just as well. So just make sure you're doing that. And then also, again, the social distancing is crucial. Sometimes people are wearing a mask as well. They do advise for those who are sick to wear a mask and those who aren't to not. But for your own safety, if you feel comfortable wearing a mask, you can wear a mask, but just know that that is just an extra added layer of protection. But making sure that those peak hours where there's not a ton of people, bringing your own pen and bring your own hand sanitizer, there are like 3 crucial pieces. So you also want to check your current voting options. Voters with upcoming primary elections, you want to limit your exposure to the crowds. You can also vote through absentee ballot. For those students who are registered at Nazareth College, who do not live in Monroe County, you can vote through absentee ballot. And there's a section we are going to discuss a little later on regarding that. Here we are. So in terms of voting through absentee ballot, there are different restrictions as to who can vote absentee ballot, but you do qualify for it because you are a student, and because we are no longer able to be on campus, you do have the right to vote through absentee ballot. So just making sure that if you are registered at NAS and you want an absentee ballot, you do have to fill out the application, which can be found through the link here. And that this Find Your form will take you over to the New York State Board of Elections site. Also, we do have all states absentee ballot applications available for you. So if you download the PDF and click here, that'll take you to the absentee ballot form and for your state. So you can go through the Google Drive and download your absentee ballot application and then mail it into your local Board of Elections if you are outside of New York State and if you are in Monroe County. So you do have that option as students. If you have any further questions, I do want to advise you to contact the Board of Elections directly if you have specific questions, as they'll be able to help you.
And one addition to that, the slide had referenced the April date for the New York State primary, and that has been moved from that April date to June 23rd.
Yes, it has. So this here is just some deadlines you want to make sure that you are aware of in terms of if you are interested in voting through absentee ballot. Feel free to take a look at this. It's also on the New York State Board of Elections website. Okay, I'm gonna pass this over to now Adam, who will talk about some of the modifications.
Thanks, Jasmine. Wanted to kind of give you an idea of where you can check to see what changes are up and coming as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. Things are changing daily. Last week when we were presenting this, we still were looking at that April primary date, but now we know the governor made an executive order and has moved that to June 23rd. And so the question is, how do you keep track of these things? How do you know? Where can you go in order to make sure that you're on top of the most up-to-date information, right? And so I'm going to give you a couple quick resources where you can check that out. Let me share my screen here. And so first is you can actually start on the Board of Elections for your own county. So here I'm at the Board of Elections website. And this is the New York State Board of Elections website. And most of these sites will have a warning or an update here on more information about coronavirus, all right? And so if you click right on here in New York State, this takes you right to New York State's health site that provides a variety of different updates on what current changes and modifications are being made. One of the ways on this site that you can get updates is if you scroll down to near the bottom, there's these blocks here where they're providing, protecting the public health of all New Yorkers. And there is a section here on voting. And so if you click on that voting block, this is a spot where they'll provide a variety of different updates on what's going on and how the state is modifying voting. All right. If you're interested in other topics as well, these are great sections for nursing homes and schools and colleges and childcare providers. It provides a wealth of different information. Now, right here in this block, it talks a little bit about some of the modifications they actually made for candidates, because candidates are required to get a certain number of signatures for ballots. And so modifications have already been made in New York State to try to ensure that people could get on that ballot, even if they couldn't secure the usual number of signatures. Now, this is not the most up-to-date information as of yet. I think this will be updated shortly, because we also do know that New York State postponed that primary. And so what I found is if you simply go up to the search bar and type in primary election, you'll get the most up-to-date information about that. And clicking on this link, I found that Here's the most up-to-date information as far as Governor Cuomo's executive order, which moved to that New York State primary to June 23rd. And so this website will be the most up-to-date site. If there are any other changes beyond this June 23rd date, we understand from the information that the governor has provided that these are kind of projections and speculations at this point. So I advise you all to keep taking a look, use some of these tools to find out if that primary election is going to be moved or what kind of alternate ways there may be to vote either absentee or in person. Any questions on that? I'll throw it back to Jasmine.
Okay. Let me get back to sharing my screen. Okay. So at this point, we're going to show you a website that you can use. This website is through the League of Women Voters. It is called Vote 411. There are many sites you can use regarding questions about candidates, about your ballot, but we just want to provide one resource that you might find useful. 1 second. That did not link. Let me just pull up the site. So is everyone able to see the site? Okay, so this is Vote 411. As you can see right on the front screen, you can register to vote. You can check your voter registration status, and then you can also see what's on your ballot. So when you have time, I really want to encourage you to just go through this site and just look through to see what different options that they have available for you. There's a great amount of resources here. You can select your state. So if we go down in New York State, it'll have the upcoming election date and information right here. So it's just as simple as clicking on your state. And that way you're not having to navigate through too many channels and pages to figure out what you need. So this right here just tells you everything. It tells you the new primary election date. You can view all election dates. So this is just a great tool. It talks through the absentee ballot process, early voting information here, eligibility requirements, excuse me, my tongue was tied, and just other like polling place hours, your locator, if you're interested in becoming an election inspector or a poll worker, there's information here. For those who do have a part-time job or work full-time, information regarding time off to vote, as there are rules and regulations around that. It talks about the voting machines. If you have questions about the machines, it has information right here. So if we're gonna scroll down, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what this site looks like and how easy it is to navigate it. So all you would need to do is put in your personal information and it'll put everything there. You can also go to the Monroe County Board of Elections site, and there is a link on the site that allows you to be able to pull up all of your voter information. Also, if you're looking to get more involved, the League of Women Voters, we do a lot of partnership with them at NazVotes. They are great. There is a discount too for students if you are interested in joining that membership. But there's also, if you want to be get more involved and volunteer, there are some options there as well. So get back to the other screen. So in terms of next steps, we want you to think about the ways in which you can encourage those around you to vote. We know this is this time is just, it's different with everything that's going on with COVID-19. It's a great way though for you to be creative in the way you approach voting. Talk to your friends, figure out what you guys can do to make sure that your voice is continuing to be heard. We don't want you to feel as though because we're in this situation, there's nothing you can do. There is something you can do. So just poke around at some of those resources we provided you. Go to the NazVotes website. On the NazRec homepage, just type in NazVotes and it'll take you right to our main page. And there are a great number of resources there for you to be involved, how to write your candidates. There's information there as well, things around advocacy, and then also upcoming programs that you may see for NazVotes and other events that might come out through the Center for Civic Engagement. We also would like to hear more from you. If you have information and ideas as to what you'd like to see happen in the fall, please email us at nazvotes@mail.naz.edu. We are always looking for your input. We're always looking for you guys to be more involved with us, volunteer opportunities. We have voter registration drives that we're always doing and other events around campus. We collaborate with multiple departments. So there's always an opportunity for you guys to get more involved in the fall. So we would like to see you guys in the fall. So if you have questions, again, reach out to us. My contact is also in the NAS directory if you want to contact me directly. My email is jivery, IVERY, R5@naz.edu. So I do want to open up the floor. Do you guys have any questions? No? Okay. Well, thank you all for participating in today's NazVotes listening party on how to vote in the New York State primary. Again, if you have questions, please contact us. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Bye.